Today we're going to look at 7 common signs that might indicate a low IQ. And sign number 7 is probably the clearest one of all. Let me ask you something. Have you ever met someone who is completely convinced they're right, even when they're clearly wrong? Strangely enough, this happens more often than you might think. Psychologists have discovered something interesting. People with lower intelligence are often the most confident in their opinions. In fact, it's one of the biggest differences between highly intelligent people and everyone else. Let's start with number 1. Number 1, thinking you already know everything. One of the clearest signs of low intelligence is believing that there's nothing left for you to learn. Highly intelligent people often say things like, "I might be wrong, I should look into that more." There's actually a famous saying, only wise people are willing to step back. Admitting you might be wrong doesn't make you weak. In fact, it shows that your mind is still open to learning. But people with lower IQ tend to react differently. They reject new information, they argue without real evidence, they believe their opinion is equal to a proven fact. And when someone stops learning, their mind stops growing. Number 2, not being able to explain your opinion. Another common sign is having a very strong opinion, but not being able to explain it. For example, someone says, "That's wrong," but when you ask why, the answer is usually something like, "Because it is." Everyone knows that. It's just common sense. Highly intelligent people can usually explain their ideas step by step because they've actually thought about them. Having an opinion is easy. Defending it with real arguments is much harder. Number 3, always blaming other people. When something goes wrong, there's always someone else to blame. The boss, the system, friends, bad luck. It's never their own responsibility, but people with stronger thinking skills usually react differently. They ask themselves, what could I have done better? What can I learn from this? That ability to analyze your own mistakes is called self-reflection, and self-reflection is a clear sign of intelligence. Number 4, confusing confidence with intelligence. Many extremely confident people don't actually have strong arguments behind what they say. They speak louder, interrupt others, try to dominate conversations, but speaking louder doesn't mean you're right. In fact, real intelligence is often quieter. Highly intelligent people tend to listen more, think before speaking, change their opinion when better ideas appear. Because their goal isn't to win the argument, their goal is to understand the truth. Number 5, believing everything you see on the internet. This happens a lot today, reading a headline and immediately assuming it's true, watching a video and automatically believing it. But people with strong critical thinking do something different. They ask questions like, who said this? Where did this information come from? Is there actual evidence? The ability to question information is one of the most important parts of intelligence. Number 6, repeating what other people say. Some people never develop their own ideas. They simply repeat things they heard on social media, on television, from their friends. They don't analyze the information, they don't question it, they just repeat it. But thinking for yourself requires effort, and that effort is what makes your mind stronger. And number 7, having no curiosity about anything. This might be the biggest sign of all. Highly intelligent people tend to be curious about many things. They want to understand how the world works, why things happen, how people think. They constantly ask questions like, why does this happen? How does this work? What does this actually mean? When you stop asking questions, your mind stops evolving. Even something simple like looking up a word you don't know can increase your knowledge. But many people never feel that curiosity, and over time that seriously limits how much they learn. But here's something very important to remember. IQ is not a permanent sentence. Intelligence can grow. Simple habits like reading, learning new things, questioning ideas, listening to different perspectives, trying to understand the world can dramatically improve the way you think. So if you recognize yourself in some of these signs, it doesn't mean you're stuck that way forever. It simply means you still have the chance to train your mind. Because intelligence isn't just about what you have, it's also about what you choose to develop. Now I'm curious, which of these signs do you see the most in people today?